Have you ever wondered how an underground faith, whose followers were hunted and persecuted for centuries, became the dominant religion of the Western world? It's a story of power, faith, and a pivotal moment in history that changed everything. The year is 313 CE, and the Roman Empire is at a crossroads. For nearly 300 years, Christians were seen as a threat to Roman traditions and the state itself. They refused to worship the Roman gods and the emperor, leading to brutal, empire-wide persecutions. Imagine living in constant fear, practicing your faith in secret, in catacombs and private homes, knowing that discovery could mean torture or death. This was the reality for early Christians under emperors like Nero, Decius, and Diocletian. The Great Persecution under Diocletian, which began just a decade before our story, was the most severe. Churches were destroyed, scriptures were burned, and believers were forced to renounce their faith or face horrific consequences. The Roman Empire was trying to stamp out Christianity for good, but then everything changed. Two men, two Roman emperors, stepped onto the stage of history. In the West, we have Constantine, and in the East, Licinius. Now, you've probably heard of Constantine. His legendary conversion story is one for the ages. Before a crucial battle at the Milvian Bridge in 312 CE, he reportedly saw a vision of a Christian symbol in the sky, with the words, "In this sign, you shall conquer." He ordered his soldiers to paint the symbol on their shields. They won the battle, and Constantine became the undisputed ruler of the Western Roman Empire. This profound experience seemed to have convinced him of the power of the Christian God. While Constantine was consolidating his power in the West, Licinius was doing the same in the East. The two emperors met in the city of Milan in early 313 CE. It was a meeting that would alter the course of human history. They weren't just there to celebrate a royal wedding, they were there to forge a new policy for the entire empire. From this meeting came the document we now know as the Edict of Milan. Now here's a common misconception. The edict didn't make Christianity the official religion of the empire. That would happen later. What it did was something arguably more revolutionary at the time. It granted religious freedom to everyone. The edict declared that all individuals, Christians included, were free to follow whatever religion they chose, without fear of punishment. It was a radical declaration of tolerance. It explicitly ordered that all confiscated Christian property, churches, cemeteries, and other assets seized during the persecutions be returned immediately and without charge. This wasn't just a symbolic gesture. It was a practical restoration of the Christian community's rights and infrastructure. The empire was officially ending its war on Christianity. The impact was immediate and monumental. Christians could now worship openly. Churches were rebuilt, grander than before. The faith spread like wildfire, no longer confined to the shadows. Constantine himself became a major patron of the church, funding the construction of magnificent basilicas in Rome, Jerusalem, and his new capital, Constantinople. This imperial favor gave Christianity a level of prestige and influence it had never known. The Edict of Milan essentially paved the way for Christendom. It set the stage for the Council of Nicaea, the codification of Christian doctrine, and the eventual establishment of Christianity as the state religion under Emperor Theodosius in 380 CE. It was the moment the tide turned, transforming a persecuted sect into a foundational pillar of Western civilization. So the next time you think about major turning points in history, remember the year 313 CE. Remember the meeting in Milan between two powerful emperors that ended centuries of suffering and set the Roman Empire, and indeed the world, on an entirely new path. It's a powerful reminder of how a single political decision, driven by faith and strategy, can reshape the spiritual landscape for millennia. The world we live in today was profoundly shaped by the ink that dried on the Edict of Milan. Thanks so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you found this story fascinating, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the moments that made history. Let me know in the comments what historical event you'd like to explore next. See you in the next video.